Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 9. Sit comfortably with your spine erect, your journal next to you. Your palms open. Shoulders loose and relaxed. Eyes lightly closed. Let's start with the breathing. You know it now, so I'm going to just do the breathing. You can do with me. First is the Zen breathing. Start with exhalation 4 times, inhalation 4 times. You remember this. Once again. Excellent. One more time. Take a couple of deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale fully. Relax. Take deep breaths. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep your spine consciously erect. Bring your focus to your breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. Slowly bring your palms together in gratitude, in a namaste. Bow down to yourself. Bow down to the universe. Rub your palms, place them on your eyes and face. And slowly open your eyes. Sit comfortably. And relax. And let's get into today's topic. There are various identities that we give ourselves. The roles that we play. Very interesting. If someone asks you, who are you? I am so-and-so, born so-and-so's daughter or son, so-and-so's parent. We have so many roles, so many identities. And when we speak to somebody, we are unconsciously speaking to that identity. We are addressing an identity. We are not addressing the person. When we say, you're not doing this right, it is not the you, it's not the person, but as a role holder, that particular action of this person is not right. That's all we meant, actually. But as we address every single role of ourselves or others, we do not realize that we are bundling it up and saying, you are a good person or you are a bad person, or I am a good person or I am a bad person. It's based on various roles that we do, we may consider ourselves as a success or a failure. In some of the roles we are successful, in some of our roles we may not be. That's okay. But to bundle up our entire life as a success or a failure, is it really required? And who's standing in judgment? Why? As we come to day 9, I have seen around me through my interactions with people, that we have started slowly questioning some of our identities. That's a good thing. But if we still apply the lens of whether I am a success or a failure and keep evaluating and judging ourselves or others, the consequence is we will still make wrong choices. Wrong choices. We'll make choices that may not help us. Let's put it that way, not wrong choices. So, what can we do about this? The other day, we saw the difference that we can make between message and messenger. Today, I am saying separate your role from yourself. I am doing this as a mother. I am doing this as a friend. I am doing this as a daughter. When I do or say consciously from the role, then I know that I am different from the role. Keep seeing how many roles you're playing through the day and how effectively you're playing those roles. Because being a role holder, you need to do certain things. But you don't have to carry that role to every single thing that you do. Yes, I might be protective as a parent. That role probably demands it, though I think it doesn't. But still, as a parent, sometimes you need to be protective. Fine. But when you switch your role and you're doing something else, for example, you're dealing with your client or you're dealing with an outsider who's an adult, you don't have to carry this to that role, this protectiveness, this kind of ordering around or trying to play the big guy who will, protect you no matter what kind of role which you want to play as a parent. You don't have to shift that to another relationship. So what I'm in short saying is that today, let's practice consciously distancing ourselves from our role and seeing like an observer, looking at it and saying, this is how I play my role. Yeah, as if a director would look at it if this was a movie and the director would say, cut, play this again, cut, play this again. Let's see how many times we have to cut the scene and play the scene again. Just do this. It's very interesting. The second part of this is to actually own up to yourself. May not be to others, but to own up to yourself that यार ये रोल में तो कुछ जम नहीं रहा है. This role I'm not doing well. It's okay. It's fine. Let me rehearse more. Let me practice more. Let me do this role better. It's okay to accept to yourself. That's perfectly fine. So one is observe, second is accept. If I need to learn more, if I need to rehearse more, if I need to practice more, it's fine, it's perfect, no problem. But just accept that. And the third is to risk new behaviors, is to actually ask for permission and say, please help me. I want to change this. I want to change the way I play this role. May I try something new? Can I do this differently, please? Because I need to do this differently. This is my need. I seem to be stuck here. Can you help me? Or how do I play this role more effectively? Can you teach me? As we remain within the confines of our home, the family becomes our best teacher. It's the best playing ground. There's something that we can do to shift to what we need. And that's something, the remote control of that something is with ourself, myself. I may not have the skill, but if I'm willing to risk it, willing to ask for help from the same family members around me, the same friends around me, with whom I want to have good relations, this is the best time. This is the best time to invest in these relationships and to actually open up to yourself and to others and say, this is something I would like to change. While we are sometimes aware, maybe sometimes we are not, about our own needs, it's also nice to sit down and listen to other people's needs. Strengthening family as a core for us is a very, very solid support system for the journey ahead. We as human beings truly love security, truly love to have people around us who can support us. And we also love to support other people. But sometimes we do not know what to ask for in terms of support, and we don't know how to give support. Support may look like intrusion because you don't know what the other person needs. So identifying your own need, first of all, will help you to actually help other people to also discover their needs. And once you can identify your need and you can communicate that, it's very easy to have good conversations, deep conversations. Of course, initially you might feel like this is all hard work, but it's worth it. Believe me, it's worth it. A few sentences about continuing to work from home. I think the initial burst of energy about working from home and, having a lot of comfortable timings and relaxations, and the time to travel to the office and coming back was all cut down and stuff like that. So the initial stuff that happened in our lives was probably what you may call as the settling in period. Lots of realities are hitting us now, slowly. And as in the macro, there is slowly developing an exit strategy of the lockdown. Slowly, how we can move into normalcy is being worked out in the environment. We also need to mentally be alert, because lots of things will change as we go into the next phase of our lives. If we have built one thing in this 21 days within us, that can be agility. Quick to learn, quick to drop if it's not working, quick to unlearn and relearn. If we can pick up this in this 21 days, I think it will be fantastic for us in our journey ahead. So try to do some of the things today differently. Practice today is to have conversations. First, sit down and have a conversation with yourself. Your journal is there with you. Please write. Write down your different roles. And in all the roles, how would you rate yourself? What do you do well? What do you not do well? You're your own assessor. Just assess for yourself. And remember, we've already done the lesson on guilt and blame. There's no guilt here, there's no blame here, there's nothing. Only just, and no judgments also. It's just evaluating which role can I play better. What are some of the gaps? What do I bring to the table through this role? How can I perform in this role better? That's it. That's all we need to do. And ask yourself and other people around you to help you, to say, look, I do these things. I call you every day. To a son who is in the hostel or in the US or something. I mean, I call you every day. Does that help you? I see my role as a parent, but do you see that helpful to you? There is my need in this. I want to know whether my child is safe or not, but does that help you? Does that pressurize you? What happens to you? The moment you ask this, there itself there is a release, because you're not doing it out of an unconscious habit or practice. You're doing this because out of love, out of offering, and out of respect. When you ask your daughter or your mother what you want, what do you need? Can I do this for you? Not because I want to do this for you because it's my need, but does it really serve a need for you? I can make this out only through a conversation, through communication, through asking. It's otherwise like I just keep pouring without realizing that people do not need it at all. So at the end of the day, I feel exhausted, but at the same time, another person's need is not met. So I want you to really have these conversations. Yes, we are deepening the practice now. So there are risks because you are risking yourself by asking, but I'm sure end of the day, it will feel very, very wonderful. Yes, it feels vulnerable, but it also will feel wonderful. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Keep writing, keep sharing in the group. Why don't you try some poetry today? It can be English, Hindi, Tamil, Marathi, any language. At least 4 lines of poetry today. It'll be wonderful to hear from you. Have a great day. Lots of love.